Hi everyone, and you're all very welcome along today as I talk about how using an essential oil blend called the Goddess Blend Athena, or also known as the Strategy Blend, how that can help us with our own strategy in life. My name is Dolores Andrew Gavin. I'm an energy therapist. I do a lot of work in the emotional realm. I'm the founder of the Global Emotional Health Summit. So I have a keen interest in helping people with any emotions they have that they feel they could do with some help with. And sometimes we consider emotions to be either positive or negative, but really emotions are what they are, is their energy. E for energy and motion for movement. So an emotion is a piece of energy that we want to keep moving around our body so they don't get stuck. So I paired the emotional work I do up with my love of essential oils and also my love of mythology. What is a myth? A myth is a story that has a universal theme. And one of the stories we hear about from ancient Greek times is about the goddess Athena and how she helped the Grecians with her strategies win a lot of the wars. So basically, when we talk about a goddess, what we're really talking about is an energy. So we want to embrace a certain type of energy. For myself, for example, I wouldn't ever call myself a born strategist. I am more creative. My strengths and my weaknesses. My strengths would be that I would be a creative person. One of a weakness that I would have had to develop was getting a more business-like strategy mind going because it didn't come naturally to me. So when we look at this energy of developing strategies and that, I paired it up with the goddess Athena, as I say. So when we talk about goddess Athena, we're talking about the skills associated with her, our planning and execution, and activities that require purposeful thinking. And we know this ourselves, where if we need to develop business strategies, we need tangible results from the work we're doing. You know, it's fine to be creative and it's wonderful to be creative, but then we need to take that a step further and we need to go out there. If our goal is to get out there and to form strategies and to have a business and a profitable business at that, we want to get out there and we want to develop this energy of breaking out of our comfort zone if that's what keeps us stuck, breaking through that inner glass ceiling that we may have made for ourselves, jumping out of our comfort zone and into the energy that helps us get through whatever it is that may be holding us back in whatever we're trying to do in our life. So I also do a lot of work with the chakras, which are the energy centers of our body. So I'm not going to go too much into those today, but just to say that when we're looking at working with Athena, I have paired it up with the third chakra, which is our solar plexus chakra, also known as our personal power center. And when I talk power, I'm not talking about powering over people. It's about having our own personal power in such a way that we can actually believe we can form strategies and that we can get out there into the world. We can get through our fears. We're not stuck in our emotional realm, which is the second chakra. We have learned and gleaned enough emotional intelligence to allow us look at fear, allowed the fear and looked at it to see maybe what wonderful gem of wisdom it may have for us. Like it may teach us that we need to go. We might fear we're not good enough in a certain topic, let's say. So maybe we decide we go back and we learn, we go to a professional and we learn, we go online, take a course. We need to learn maybe. So then that fear that we have of not knowing enough, we know that we can transcend that and that we can actually do something about it. So the personal power center, as I say, is the third chakra. And the goddess of Athena, as I said, she's the warrior that helped the Trojans with their strategy. Now, she was a great strategist and she helped the men the soldiers all came to her in relation to strategy. So we're talking about someone that wasn't embroiled in emotional state. She was focused and she was able to build up strategies that actually won wars. Also, what I have done is the 3 essential oils. I'm going to let you know which oils I've used to create this strategy blend. So the first oil I'm going to talk about is ginger. So we know ourselves that we may take ginger after our dinner if we may take ginger tea if we have digestive upsets, because it's in obviously our stomach, the same area that I talked about earlier, the power center. Our stomach is in the same area as this personal power center. This is where our food gets metabolized, but it's also where our thoughts and emotions get metabolized at a personal power level as well. So if we have emotions that get stuck always at this personal power center, for example, if we find we're always stuck in fear, we may want to go there and look at this power center, look at how we can add something energetically that can help dissolve the fear that's there. So like ginger, if we take it, as I say, as a tea, dissolving any digestive issues we may have, we can take ginger and at an energetic level and at an emotional level, we can use the ginger to help us dissolve those fears we have in our stomach area, to let us get out of our comfort zone, dissolve the fears we have. It really acts on both a physical and an emotional level, like all the oils do. And the reason, actually, a quick explanation as to why we use essential oils as well, is that we all know that smell is associated with so many things. We say we can smell fear. Fear and those sort of strong emotions, they can be triggered by smell. In our limbic brain, which is the emotional centre of our brain, this is where, and beside that in another area, is where our long-term, maybe traumatic experiences are stored. And these centres of the brain are triggered, can be triggered by smell. Like the smell of an apple tart might remind us of maybe our grandma when she used to make apple tart for us. Or other smells elicit different emotions in us because they're stored there as reminders in this emotional part of our brain. So smell is huge, and we can use smells to bring about a desired effect. Most oftenly, people would know about using lavender for for systemic relief, for helping us with our central nervous system, to bring relief and to bring calmness to that particular system of our body. So we were using ginger in this blend to bring about, it's almost an empowerment. I love the way ginger is described emotionally, is that it also helps us look at the deep patterns that may be keeping us stuck in our personal power centre. And one that can be there for a lot of people, and this is either consciously or unconsciously, can be a feeling of victimhood, that it's, everything on the outside is conspiring to keep me where I am. But when we actually learn to look and realise and say, you know what, I can actually change my reality by looking inwards and seeing what is it that's there at my personal power centre that's holding me back. What old limiting pattern am I holding on to that's keeping me here? And if we're feeling this victim mentality, which I would have had to look at myself in the past, we can learn that, and when we break through it, we can see and learn that we don't have to stay in a victim mode. We can be empowered by this wonderful oil of ginger, which is called, on an emotional level, the oil of empowerment. We can allow it at an energetic level, give us peace almost. Because when we look at a story and bring energy to it, then we can actually bring about the changes that we feel we need in order to move out off the particular limiting belief that we're holding on to. Now, another one of the oils that I use in the strategy blend is grapefruit. Grapefruit is a citrus oil. All the citrus oils are uplifting. They'll give us that sense of, grapefruits are just, they're included in diets even for people to balance our cravings. They just make us feel better the way we are. That's what citrus is all about. And also in relation to grapefruit, on an emotional level, grapefruit helps us to honour the way we are. And when I say that, it can be, if we are building strategies and if we are trying to break through this fear, sometimes we need to look and realise that we have physical needs that need to be attended to as well as the emotional realm. We may need to realise we need to eat better. We can't go from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Well, I know I certainly can't without eating regularly at that time. Our body has physical needs. We may need to rest more. We may need to exercise in order to get things going again for us, to stop the mind clatter, to go for a walk, clear the mind and allow ourselves build on the strategies that we're now embracing. So that's why we use the oil of grapefruit, to help us honour where we are and to accept that, yes, we do need sometimes to look again inwards and see what it is we need in order to move on. The third oil I use in this blend is called white fir. White fir is an oil. It's known on an emotional level as for healing. What am I trying to say here? It's for healing generational issues that we may have. For example, it may be, there again, it's no blame on the way we are, but we may inherit habits and patterns from our families that they may have, that from our parents, or they may have inherited from their parents, that bring about the same results. It may be like, who would we think we are that we could go out there and go to college and get a degree? It's just an example. So when we have our own purpose in life, our own dreams, our own goals, and we want to go get them, we can decide and empower ourselves to say, actually, I'm not going to continue on this self-destructive pattern, which we may feel it. I'm not going to stay stuck, stay small. I want to follow my dreams. I want to chase my dreams. And I am going to get rid of and step outside the pattern that I can see runs through our family. And that's okay. These are all empowering tools there again. It's not changing the family dynamic as such. It's just changing our reaction to our own story around what is with us. And it's helping us break through and get a better result for ourselves. So that is my Athena goddess blend, and the reasons for using it is to bring us into a warrior mode, as I say. It's helping us step into our power on an energetic level and actually realising that we too can embrace this strategy-like energy. We're not good enough. We can get rid of that limiting belief. We can step into our power, if we choose to, of course. And if we have a big goal that we need to learn strategies on, we can go chase our dreams. We can go get the education we need. Possibly we need to learn how to do Twitter. We may need to learn how to do a Facebook Live. But we can go and we can get that information, and we can feel empowered in doing that. So what we put on our skin, what I do with these oils is I put them on. They are put on topically, as in we're getting the vibration, we're getting the emotional vibration of these oils to bring about the effect that we want. If you have want any more information in relation to this blend, you can contact me, of course, by direct message at this Facebook Live, or also look up my website. As you can see up there, I'm at irishhealthhour.com, and you can go visit me there. Thanks very much for joining today, and we'll be back soon with information on more of the Goddess blends. See you soon.